Sleep didn't come that night. Not real sleep. Just short, broken moments where my mind drifted and snapped back like a rubber band pulled too far. Mark's breathing beside me stayed steady. Safe. Ordinary. Which made everything worse. At 5:12 a.m., I finally slipped out of bed. I didn't wake him. I didn't check his phone again. I already knew enough to stay afraid. I went into the bathroom, turned the tap, and stared at my reflection. My eyes looked different. Not tired. Alert. Like something inside me had stood up and refused to sit again. She opened the door, didn't she? The words replayed. I brushed my teeth slowly, like routine could save me from panic. When I came back, Mark stirred. "Morning," he murmured. "Morning," I said. He rolled onto his back and stretched. "And did you sleep?" I paused just long enough to lie well. "A little." He smiled without looking at me. Good." That word felt borrowed. At breakfast, everything felt staged. The clink of plates. The sound of coffee pouring. The news murmuring nonsense from the television. Mark scrolled his phone, relaxed. Too relaxed. I watched him the way you watch someone crossing thin ice. Not waiting for noise. Waiting for truth to crack. "Any plans today?" he asked. "Work," I said. "You?" "Meetings, late again." Late again. The phrase settled heavily between us. He stood, kissed my forehead, grabbed his keys. "I love you." I met his eyes and realized something terrifying. He meant it. Whatever he was hiding, he still believed in us. Which meant the danger wasn't simple betrayal. It was something deeper, messier, and harder to escape. The moment he left, I went back to the hallway door. My heart beat faster with every step. The knob was still unlocked. Like the house was daring me again. I entered and closed it softly behind me. The room looked the same. Photos. Notes. Maps. My life pinned like evidence. But now I wasn't shocked. I was investigative. I sat at the desk and opened the laptop. The file glowed back at me. Elara daily log. This time, I scrolled further. Weeks. Months. Years. Not just observations. Patterns. Predictions. She will stop by the cafe on Wednesdays. She avoids confrontation. She hides pain with politeness. There were even sections labeled. Stress points. Emotional triggers. Attachment depth. My fingers went cold. This wasn't curiosity. This was study. I searched the name. Iris. Hundreds of hits appeared. Emails, photos, messages, folders. One folder stood out with a title Project Iris. Inside were images of a woman. Dark hair. Sharp eyes. A calm face that looked like it had learned how to survive storms. She wasn't beautiful in a soft way. She was beautiful like someone who had already lost something important. One photo showed her standing outside a building I recognized. My office. Another showed her sitting in a car down the street from my house. My throat tightened. I opened a document. The first line read, "Iris understands the long game." My chest felt hollow. Another line, "Elara is the variable, not weak, but unprotected. Unprotected. From what? Or from whom? My hands shook as I opened the latest message thread. Mark, she's starting to notice patterns. Iris, then we adjust. Mark, I don't want her hurt. Iris, that's the problem. You care too much about the subject. Mark, she's my wife. Iris, she's the door, Mark, not the room. Mark, I won't sacrifice her. Iris, you already are. The room stopped feeling like a room. It felt like a cage that hadn't closed yet. I leaned back slowly. My husband wasn't just lying. He was involved. In something structured. Planned. Measured. And I was part of it without consent. At noon, I couldn't stay inside anymore. The walls felt louder than silence. I grabbed my coat and walked. No destination. Just movement. My phone vibrated in my pocket. Unknown number. I stopped under a tree and answered. Hello. A woman's voice replied. Calm. Controlled. Not rushed. Did you enjoy the coffee shop yesterday? My stomach dropped. Who is this? A pause. Then, you already know my name. My lips felt numb. Iris. She smiled through the phone. I could hear it. Good, that means you're finally awake. Why are you calling me? Because secrets rot if they stay buried too long. People passed me, laughing, talking, living ordinary lives while mine tilted sideways. What do you want from me? I whispered. And nothing. That scared me more than any demand. I just want you to understand something. Understand what? That your husband didn't choose you by accident. My knees weakened. What does that mean? Another pause. Then, you weren't supposed to find the room yet. The world blurred slightly. Yet, Elara, do you believe in coincidences? No. Good, Iris said softly. Neither do we. My throat tightened. We. You're not in danger, she continued. Not yet. Not yet. My hand gripped the phone. Why are you watching me? Because you're already part of something bigger than marriage. I didn't agree to anything. No one ever does in the beginning. I felt anger rise, pushing fear aside. Stop calling me. She chuckled quietly. You won't want that soon. Why? Because curiosity already owns you. Then she added, and because Mark doesn't tell you everything. The call ended. I stood there long after the screen went dark. Wind moved the leaves. Cars passed. A life continued. But inside me, something had changed direction. This wasn't about infidelity. This wasn't about obsession. This was about involvement. About systems. About being chosen without permission. When I returned home, the house looked innocent again. Too innocent. Like a stage after the actors leave. I sat on the couch and stared at the wall. Then I noticed something new. A small red dot. Near the bookshelf. A blinking. Slowly. Patiently. My heart pounded. I stood. Walked closer. Touched the frame. Behind it, a tiny camera lens. Watching. Recording. Waiting. And in that moment, the truth finally whispered clearly. I wasn't discovering the secret anymore. I was living inside it. That night when Mark came home, he kissed me like usual, asked about my day, and ate his dinner. But I saw him differently now. Not as a villain, not as a hero, but as a man trapped in a story that had already started without me. And as we lay in bed, his arm around me, I stared into the darkness and realized the hardest part wasn't fear. It was knowing. The secret had already seen me.